So I really wouldn't post on this type of stuff when it comes to dream evolutions in the Japanese version of Grand Summoners. For the most part, dream evolutions are kind of okay. There are some really good ones that have been released, like the Roy dream evolution was quite insane and made him extremely strong and a pretty competent damage dealer in JP. But recently, they just did a new batch of dream evolutions known as Dream Evolutions Part 3. And a few characters got evolved here. We got some of the basic characters like Dargion, Herrick, Valhalla, a story character like Malia, and even some Cross the Blaze characters like Angelus and Eagle, which I'm actually was surprised to see because I didn't think we would get to Cross the Blaze in terms of dream evolutions till a lot later. But it seems like they're kind of just going all over the place. There's completely random, just whatever they feel like buffing at that time. And man, some of these buffs are quite nice. I won't go over all of them, but I'm gonna go over the ones that I think are the most impactful. Starting off with the chonky boy himself, Valhalla. Now, Valhalla back in the day was the OG healer. He was extremely strong because his healing potential was pretty solid in the very beginning of the game, being able to give you a lot of overtime healing. And whenever I saw that he was getting a dream evolution, I was wondering if they were going to kind of keep that nostalgia factor of like, oh yeah, Valhalla is back to being this crazy healer again. Stuff isn't that great, but it's pretty solid. So his dream evolution is increasing his modifiers across the board. Especially take note of the HP heal percentage going from 4% to 5% now, which is quite massive. With dream evolutions, you're able to select 2 different paths to go on. This is different for unit to unit, but sometimes it's even more paths. You could have 3 paths for an example. For Valhalla, he has 2 paths. He has Blue Dream and Willow Dream. Blue Dream gives you water resist to everybody by 20%, which is not bad. AoE water resistance is very strong. Or you're able to increase your recovery amount by 20% and give you passive Archon for 2 per second. Not too shabby for the man Valhalla, not making him broken by any means, but pretty decent. Now, next character is Malia. We all know about Malia, right? She used to buff up magic damage like crazy. She can time stop. She can give you like BE output and all that type of stuff. Now, her dream evolution path is the Willow Dream and the Dark Dream path. Willow Dream changes her skill to, instead of healing her own HP, she now heals everybody else's HP on her team. And the Dark Dream increases Dark Allies arc gauge by 2 per second. Me, myself, you already know what I like the passive arc gauge to everybody. So yeah, you know, it's a decent little buff. Something slight. Now, here's a character that I myself have never really been too much of a fan of, but I know some people really like her, and that's Angelus. Angelus's entire gimmick is all about building Dragon Flame and then building it up to max and then using Dragon Flame to make your True Art hit ridiculously hard. And with her Dream Evolution buffs, they kind of just made it better for her. Like, they gave her a buff on the cooldown of her skill. We got modifier buffs across the board, including even to her Dragon Flame, which means that you could use your skill, you know, quite a bit on her, you know, stack it up as much as possible, go into the True Art, do ridiculously high damage, and just blow up whatever's in front of you even more than what she already could, because I think she did some okay damage before. Definitely got help too, because her 2 dream passives help her quite a bit in terms of damage. Her first dream passive helps her with crit damage and skill CT speed, which I think this is possibly the best for her. And the second dream passive is a little bit more niche, giving her accuracy rate and arc gauge by 2. If I had to pick one or the other, definitely Red Dream is a lot better than Jade. And I don't know, you know, keep your eye on this one. This might be a sleeper hit right here. Now for the one that made me want to make this video. Eagle was a character that I liked his design. His philosophy was he could take a hit and then deal an even greater hit, which most of the time translated to him not being able to take any damage and him dealing hardly no damage. But with his Dream Evolution, they gave him lots of buffs, like a magnitude of buffs. We got a lot of modifier changes with the art, including even barrier changes as well. You see that the barrier is buffed up from 8,000 to 10,000 now, and then if you have Avenger mode activated, which is his main gimmick, it now is a 14k barrier instead of a 12,000 barrier. With the True Art, they buffed up his DR that he has, and during Avenger mode with the True Art, he now does 110,000% Earth damage physical instead of 60k. A little bit of a buff there. And he's able to buff up his damage res by 25% and still 100% of the enemy's art and exit Avenger mode. He actually has 3 dream passives. His first one buffs up his freeze resist by 100% and gives him arc gauge by 3. His second one, which is Willow Dream, increases his DR by 15% when near death and increases arc gauge by 6 when near death. And then his Dark Dream increases his own arc gauge by 100 at the start of the quest, and you increase damage against god enemies by 100%. I really like that last one there. It's kind of more of a lore passive, I feel, since he swore to kill who is it, Orville, and yeah, it's kind of cool that he actually gets damage against gods. You could get a lot of damage resist with this character now. Whether you're in Avenger mode or not, you use the True Art to give you that 25% DR. Let's say you have Willow Dream on, you're getting an extra 15% if you're near death, which you probably will be near death if they inflict a poison on you or use something like B3 Claw to get you kind of to the near death state. And then you can further increase this with the unique crest from, I think it's the Earth Dragon, Shrine of Eternity, if I'm not mistaken, that is able to give you passive DR when you're near death. I think it's 20%. So it's possible now Eagle might be able to take a hit and actually deal some damage compared to other tanks that we have. Who knows how good this is gonna be at the end of it all, but it's possible, you know what I'm saying? It's possible you guys get kind of good, you know what I mean? But hey, you guys let me know what you all think about these Dream Evolution buffs down below in the comment section. If you guys didn't know, yeah, they are buffing these characters on JP. They're called Dream Evolutions. I haven't covered it too much on the channel, but they're definitely interesting and cool to look at whenever they come out. But ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be it for this video, man. Thank you all again for coming out. It's been your boy P. If you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend check out either one of the videos popping on the screen right now. Great content, guarantee you'll love them. And oh, one more thing, don't forget to drink water.